Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. I'm so glad you're here with me again today. I've chosen 3 readings for you today that have to do with how to live without tension. And the first one is just a very short one from Wayne Dyer's sweet little book, Everyday Wisdom. You can't always control what goes on outside, but you can always control what goes on inside. And the next reading is from Julia Cameron's Heart Steps. And the quote at the top of the page is from Diane Marie Child. It is life that must be our practice. It is not enough to hear spiritual truth or even to have our own spiritual insights. Every aspect of what happens to us must become part of a learning experience. This is entitled, I Am Partnered by the Universe in All My Dealings. I lead my life in partnership with the universe. In all situations, I have choices and options which lead me to freedom and expansion. In every time of darkness or difficulty, I affirm there is a doorway which will open if I knock. I am never separated from the power of God. There is nothing which stands between me and God. I am within God, and God is within me. We are one substance, one energy, one life. Excuse me. And the next one, and the last one, hopefully my voice will be okay for it, is from Norman Vincent Peale's book, A Guide to Confident Living. Some prescriptions for the healing of tension are medical, others are psychological, and others spiritual, and still others perhaps partake of all 3. Following is a simple prescription which I and hundreds of others have tried and found it to be very effective. Some years ago, I was heavily bored down by the pressure of work and fell into that frantic attitude of mind common to those who try to do too much in too short a time, or who at least have the notion that they are doing so, which is just as bad. The result was that I lost the capacity for sound, restful sleep. After tossing for several hours, I arose about 3 o'clock one morning in an acute state of tension. Instead of reclining in a relaxed attitude, I had been lying in bed, doubled up, as if expecting that at any moment the bed would collapse and precipitate me onto the floor. My mouth was dry. I was restless and hot. I went into the library. I picked up several books, but none of them interested me. What book is interesting under such circumstances? I stomped restlessly about, finally stopping at the window, which I opened. I put my head out and looked up and down Fifth Avenue. It was raining, and the rain fell on my head. I turned my face up to the rain, which fell cool and refreshing upon my face. It ran down until presently I could taste it and smell it. It occurred to me then that among all the things of this world which change, one thing never changes, and that is the taste and smell of rain. Even falling through the murky skies of Manhattan, it tasted and smelled just as it did years ago in Ohio. Excuse me. I remembered the old rain barrel at the corner of my boyhood home on a rainy day in May, when great pools where one splashed with bare feet formed under the trees. It gave a momentary sense of peace and refreshment to to reflect upon the changelessness of the rain. Finally, I sat down in an easy chair and picked up a little pamphlet. Leafing carelessly through it, I read, "You are restless, you are tense, you are anxious and nervous, you cannot sleep." "How in the world did you know that?" I cried in astonishment. I continued reading. The writer said, "Practice a simple method for overcoming tension." The pamphlet, which has long since disappeared, it contained little of value except the germ of an idea, suggested physical, mental, and spiritual exercise which proved valuable. It being early in the morning and having nothing else to do, I decided to try the suggestion offered. The method, later developed by additional experimentation, follows. First of all, relax the body. To do this, allow your head to fall back against the headrest of your chair. Let it drop back easily, not in any sense rigid, but as though the head were falling off your shoulders. Then stretch out your feet as far as possible and push your toes beyond that, as far as you can extend them. Raise the arms and let them fall limply and naturally by the side. Allow your hand to fall upon your knee, like a wet leaf on a log. What is more relaxed than a wet leaf on a log? Sit loosely in the chair with every muscle relaxed. Allow the chair to bear the full weight of the body, so that if the chair were removed, the body would fall inertly to the floor. After the body has been relaxed, relax the mind. We have a marvelous gift which we call imagination. By imagination, one may transport himself hundreds of miles over mountain and sea and return in the fraction of an instant. It is the true magic carpet. By it, you can take a vacation without paying for a ticket or moving from your own home. Imagine that you are, for example, in the North Woods, peacefully sitting with your back to a tree. The atmosphere is redolent of pine and cedar and hemlock. All is quiet, save the natural sounds of the forest. Before you is a lake, its blue waters unruffled, except for the occasional leap of a fish. Looking through the trees, you can see in the far distance great mountains, lost in a mystic haze of blue, shouldering out the sky. The sunlight is falling through the trees and dancing on the water on the lake. Following this method of relaxation, I found I was attaining not only a sense of rest in body, but also a pervading calmness of mind. The mind was being relaxed by taking it away momentarily from the problems agitating and rendering it incapable of rational functioning and collected thought. This had been accomplished in just a flashing of a moment of time. A quick turning of the mind in prayer while engaged in the busy activities of the day is like that. You do not need to go apart and kneel down to pray, although the posture of humility is helpful. Simply turn your thoughts to God. In so doing, you are opening your mind to Him. He will do the rest. The third and final element in this process of relaxation is the relaxation of the soul. The method is simple. Relax the soul by the exercise of spiritual thinking. Fix the mind on God. think of God in whatever terms he is most understandable to you. People have many differing concepts of God. When the name of God is spoken, different minds instantly form varying pictures. But think of God in terms of his kindliness, his watchful care, his compassion and understanding. In relaxing the soul, say to yourself words from the scriptures which express peace and God's care. Among them, use this verse from Isaiah. Thou wilt keep him in perfect grace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Most people suffer tension because they keep their minds stayed or fixed not on God, but at the far lower level of their personal troubles and anxieties. Repeat quietly to yourself other healing passages. Peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. And again, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. The words of old hymns are often helpful, such as the line from Lead Kindly Light. So long thy power hath kept me, sure it still will lead me on. God has watched over you in the past. He can be depended upon to do so now and in the future. As a result of this experience, I quickly felt the desire for sleep. I was rested in body, muscle and nerve relaxed. I was conscious of worries being lifted from the mind and tension passing. There was a sense of peace deep within. This process is not intended merely to induce sleep, but is a formula which may be employed in the busiest part of the most active day. Nor is it escape from the active responsibility. It increases the capacity for active work. Power is derived from quietness. Edwin Markham has a wise line. At the heart of the cyclone tearing the sky is a place of central calm. The cyclone derives its power from a calm center. So does a man. Out of relaxation comes driving energy. Power is generated in and derived from a calm center. Practice will reduce the time needed for this exercise until it will require only a moment. By such technique, modified or expanded to suit your own personality, you may find complete relaxation and learn to live without tension. Wouldn't that be great, To learn to live without tension, because there's so much going on, especially today in busy lives and all this tension. And we need to be able to calm down, and these are some good techniques that will help you to do that and to put things into the right frame of mind for you, so that, because having tension is so bad for your health too. We need to relax and enjoy and feel God's love and his peace. That's what I want for you. Peace, love, and kindness. And I said you my love. Until next week.